What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, welcome if it's your first time here. You know, every time that the talking heads in the mainstream media, the pathetic, degenerate politicians in DC start talking about we need more gun laws, we need more gun bans, we need limits, we need magazine capacity limits, we need this, that, or something else because we have to do something. They know that what they're trying to do is they're going to do anything about the something that they're pretending to try to do something about. But they still yet come out and push more gun laws. And the media, talking heads, this every day, more gun laws, more gun bans, we need this. The vast majority of Americans want this, when, you know, they really don't. That should be obvious by now. However, they push this out there constantly, and in a couple of days the people say, this might actually happen. So what happens? They go out and buy more guns. In fact, every time that they start talking about, more gun laws, more gun bans, people go buy more guns. They buy more AR-15s, more handguns, more ammunition, more full capacity magazines. And I would say that the mainstream media and the Democrat far left are responsible for the vast majority of gun sales over the last 10 years. There's always people buying guns, but anytime they come up with this, we need more laws, more bans, people go out and buy firearms by the hundreds, thousands. In fact, I would say that Barack Hussein Obama is the #1 gun salesman in the world. Because I remember back after Sandy Hook, he was talking about wanting to ban AR-15s. Everyone thought that was, a possibility. So people went out and bought AR-15s. It's predictable. And I think here in Tennessee, in November of that year, if I remember correctly in the article I read, there was 260,000 AR-15s sold here just in Tennessee in that 1 month. So those gun sales go completely through the roof when you start talking about more gun laws, gun bans, and other such nonsense. But you as a prepper, should you go out and actually spend your money to buy more guns? And the answer is, it depends. Like everything else, the answer is always, it depends, because it depends on you. It depends on your situation. It depends on your preps. It depends on what firearms that you have now, if any. If you have your food stockpiled, everything's in order, your food, your medical, your water, your self-reliance, everything is squared away and you're good to go as far as your preps goes. And you already have, firearms, ammunition, spare magazines to defend yourself with, to forge with. Should you go out and buy more? And, for most people the answer is probably no, because you already have, what you need. You can invest your money in other things, kind of diversify. However, if you look at it as an investment, it's like gold and silver to, retain your wealth, then by all means go out and buy those, because those firearms, that ammunition is going to hold its value much better than that paper fiat currency that's losing value every day. Now guys, on the other hand, let's say that you have just started prepping, and maybe you have, a 1 month supply of food on hand, maybe 3 months, and you already have, a handgun, you already have maybe a shotgun or something like that to defend yourself with. Should you go out and buy more? And my answer to that is no. You should invest your money in more food stores, because you're going to have to eat. No matter what, you're going to have to eat. So invest your resources in more food stores, more preps. Things you have to absolutely stay alive, because you already have, a few firearms to defend yourself with. You might not have everything you want, everything you think you need, but you already have, say, maybe a Glock handgun, for example. You already have maybe a Mossberg 590 pump action 12 gauge shotgun, for example, to defend yourself with. So invest your resources in more food, because you're not set food wise. You have a month to 3 months supply on hand, and that's not nearly enough. And you already have some firearms to protect yourself with, and maybe to go out and forage with. Now let's take it to the other extreme. Let's say you're just starting prepping and you have no food. You have maybe 2 weeks supply of food, but you also have no firearms. Should you go out and buy one? And my answer to that is yes. If you have the money to do that, go out and buy a handgun to defend yourself with. That'd be the first one you should buy to defend yourself with, is a handgun. And in my opinion, the best one to buy is a Glock Model 19, because of the magazine capacity and the size. It will allow you to carry that concealed. It will allow you to have sufficient firepower to defend yourself with that 15-round magazine. A lot of people might say to go out and buy an AR-15, and AR-15 is great for defending yourself. However, it's nearly impossible to have that on you at all times. If you go out to forage, if you go out to barter, if you go out to shop, if you go out to garden around your property, if you go out to do anything, it's difficult to carry an AR-15 on you at all times. But a handgun, you can keep concealed and carry it on you all the time, and have that when needed. And it's good for self-defense, it's good for home defense. So the first firearm you should buy, if you have none, is a good handgun. If you haven't had any training with handguns, then you might want to go get a revolver. And I suggest a .357 Magnum revolver with a 4-inch barrel. Ruger, Colt, Smith & Wesson all make good revolvers. And guys, after you have a handgun, if you have any more resources to buy something else with, and look into getting a good pump action 20 gauge or 12 gauge shotgun. Because a shotgun is very versatile. You can use that for home defense, you can use that for hunting and foraging, you can use that for small game and large game, depending on the shot size and projectile that you use. You can use that for home defense by using double-aught buckshot and .44 buckshot. You can get rifle slugs, and you can use that for large game like deer, elk, bear, whatever. A slug will take out anything in North America. You can also use that for small game hunting. Get number 6 shot, good for squirrels, rabbits, fowl, whatever. It's good for small game hunting. It's good for, keeping predators out of your chicken coop. It's good for keeping things off your garden, for example, like crows. So, good handgun, like Model 19 or a good .357 Magnum revolver. Guys, if you prefer a revolver, a huge benefit to getting that .357 Magnum over something like a 38 is you can actually use .357 Magnum ammo plus 38 special ammo in the same gun. So it's interchangeable. So that's a huge benefit in my opinion. So a good handgun, either Glock 19 or .357 Magnum revolver, a good pump action 20 gauge or 12 gauge shotgun if you don't have no firearms at all. Then stock up on food storage. Once you get your food storage taken care of, if you can, you might want to look into getting, AR-15, some spare magazines, a bunch of ammunition for that, and things to defend yourself with, because, when hard times come, crime's going to go up. And I think home invasions are also going to go up. And if you have multiple attackers, and say you and your wife, for example, or husband have, AR-15s, you know how to use those, you can put up a good fight, and most likely repel, that threat from coming into your house and robbing, raping, and murdering you. Anyways, guys, if you thought the video was helpful, give it a big thumbs up, greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and the Creekmore out of here, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully.